QuadQuiz!
Brought to you by Math with Sir Lester. There are 3 questions for this video, and you are to answer them in 15 seconds each. Are you ready? In 3, 2, 1. We have this given equation. In the first question, which coefficient is not present? The answer is C, our constant. Now, aside from the quadratic formula, which of these 3 methods is easiest to be used in solving for this given equation? It would be factoring. And right after that, what are the roots of this given quadratic equation? The roots are 0 and 5. Did you get 3 over 3? If not, please continue viewing this video. For this given quadratic equation, our coefficients are A equal to 2, our B coefficient is equal to -10, and our C coefficient is 0. We will be using the analysis or the identification of these coefficients in solving for the roots. Of course, we will be using this for our quadratic formula. But even without the use of quadratic formula, we can still identify the roots of this quadratic equation. We have 3 additional methods with 3 different conditions, and one of which is when C is not around or 0. For equations with C equal to 0, we are going to use the factoring, or more importantly, the common monomial factoring. Why do we specify that we could use common monomial factoring? Because that is only true when C is equal to 0. If C is not equal to 0, there is still a type of factoring that we could do. But for this, we'll be using the common monomial factoring for this given equation. 2x squared minus 10x is equal to 0. Common monomial factoring is about factoring the greatest common factor of both numerical and literal coefficients of the 2 terms. We have here 2 and 10. Its common factor or greatest common factor is 2. And then for x, you will have here 2x. That is your greatest common factor or your common monomial factor, which will leave the binomial as, when you remove 2x, it's just x, and here minus 5 equal to 0. By the way, if you're not sure with your factoring, you could always use the distributive property and check whether the result will return to the original equation. Here, we have these 2 factors, and both of them under multiplication is equal to 0. We have a 0 factor or 0 product property, which states that for this kind of situation, this is only true if one or both of the factors are equal to 0. That would mean if 1, so let's say 2x is equal to 0, or x minus 5 equal to 0, or both of them are equal to 0. So this is what the 0 factor or 0 product property is telling us. And we solve them independently. When we divide both sides here, we will know our x as 0. Divide both sides by 2. That is your first root. So this is your first root, 0. The second root is when you are going to transpose or move -5 here. You will have x equal to +5. That's your second root. If you're not sure with these answers, you can try to verify and substitute both of this one by one in our equation. And if it satisfies the equation, meaning these are the roots, because the roots are the values of x, which can make the equation true. So these are the answers using factoring, because our c is equal to 0 for this given equation. And this is for QuadQuiz! Subscribe now!